I asked ChatGPT how it would secure a sample of the Xenomorph from LV-426 if it was in charge of Weyland-Yutani. And here's how it answered the question. I'll try and read it out, but I might fudge some of the lines and I might cough because I've got a bit of a cold, unfortunately. But anyway, here we go. If I were in charge of Weyland-Yutani securing a sample of the Xenomorph from LV-426. 1. Risk assessment and contingency planning. Understand the threat. The first step would be to fully assess the danger the Xenomorph presents, understanding its life cycle, strength, intelligence and adaptability. This means thoroughly reviewing all reports, including those from Nostromo and Hadley's Hope survivors. Underestimating the Xenomorph would be disastrous. Develop fail-safe contingency protocols. It doesn't say that. It says develop fail-safe containment protocols. That's what it says. Before any mission is launched, I would ensure that the company develops the highest grade containment systems for dealing with Xenomorph samples. This would include automated defense systems, isolation protocols, and contingency plans in case of breach. 2. Infiltration and covert operations. Discreet reconnaissance. Instead of rushing to LV-426, I would send small, discreet probes or drones to conduct thorough scans of the area. I would gather as much information as possible about the Xenomorph population, the hive structure, and any remaining derelict ships that might provide insight into their origins or behaviour. Unmanned research stations. I'd establish unmanned remote research stations near LV-426. These could monitor and collect environmental data, serving as a forward outpost without risking human lives. These stations could deploy drones capable of gathering minor biological samples, like saliva or molted skin. 3. Securing the alien specimens. Robotic and autonomous retrieval team. To avoid human casualties, I would prioritise using autonomous or remotely operated robots to retrieve Xenomorph samples. These drones or robotic retrieval units would be sent in to collect eggs or specimens without any human exposure. The more distant and controlled, the safer the operation. Small-scale operations. Rather than a large-scale colonisation effort, I would focus on smaller controlled missions that target specific objectives, like securing an egg, dead drone, or facehugger. Once collected, these samples would be transported to a research vessel stationed far from inhabited systems. 4. Containment and research. Off-world research facilities. Once the Xenomorph samples are obtained, I would have them transported to a remote, isolated research facility far from human colonies or Earth. These stations would be equipped with state-of-the-art containment and run by a minimal staff, or ideally entirely automated. AI-controlled research. To minimise the risk of human error, much of the research on Xenomorphs would be conducted by AI or under the supervision of androids like Ash or Bishop, whose programming prioritises scientific observation and containment over human safety. The idea is to prevent emotional decision-making, which often leads to mistakes in handling such dangerous life forms. Bioweapon development. 5. Bioweapon development military applications. Weyland-Yutani would want Xenomorphs for their potential as bioweapons. To safely harness this, I would develop a plan for utilising xenomorph DNA or engineered versions of the creature rather than relying on live specimens. Genetic engineering could allow for controlled mutations that preserve the xenomorph's lethal qualities while being more controllable. Create synthetic variants. Instead of trying to weaponize live xenomorphs, too unpredictable, I would focus on creating bioengineered versions, synthetic variants of the creature that can be controlled or programmed for specific military applications. These could be designed with a fail-safe genetic weakness that ensure they can be neutralized if they go rogue. 6. Long-term strategy for control. Hello, Kronos. Hello. I'm just busy at the moment, boy. Long-term strategy for manipulation or corporate interests. To maintain control of the project, I would carefully navigate corporate politics, ensuring that only trusted high-ranking members of Weyland-Yutani have access to information regarding xenomorph research. This would prevent rogue elements within the company from weaponizing the xenomorph for their own personal gain. Suppression of public knowledge. The existence of the xenomorph and any research conducted would be kept strictly confidential. All data and specimens would be classified, with false information fed to anyone outside the project to prevent panic or competing interests from interfering with Weyland-Yutani's control over the xenomorph. Containment and eradication protocols. Termination contingency. If at any point containment is breached, I would have an automatic eradication protocol in place. This would involve the complete destruction of the research facility through remote detonations, nuclear failsafes, or orbital strikes. No xenomorph specimen should be allowed to escape and risk spreading uncontrollably. Self-destruct systems. Every facility handling xenomorph specimens will be equipped with a self-destruct mechanism that can be triggered automatically. If any creature breaches containment, this system would ensure that even if the project goes wrong, the spread of the xenomorph can be prevented. 8. Final considerations. Profit versus risk. Weyland-Yutani is driven by profit, but the xenomorph represents an existential threat to humanity. As head of the company, I would balance the desire for profit with the immense risk that these creatures pose. The long-term goal is to weaponize xenomorphs for financial gain, but only under the most tightly controlled circumstances, cutting losses when necessary. If at any point the risk of continuing the project outweighs the potential profit, I would not hesitate to cut all ties, terminate the operation, and destroy all evidence of the research. Some profits aren't worth the end of humanity. This approach ensures that Weyland-Yutani pursues goals of securing... This approach ensures that Weyland-Yutani can pursue goals of securing xenomorph samples and studying them while minimising human risk and maximising control. With careful planning and the use of advanced technology, the company's goals can be achieved without falling into classic mistakes seen in the Alien films. What do you think of this strategy? Would it help Weyland-Yutani avoid the disasters they've encountered before? Okay, that's the video. What do you think? Would you do the same, or have you got any ideas that you think would be better than the ones you've just heard? You can tell me in the comment section. Just for fun, tell me which is your favourite Alien film as well, and if you've got a favourite quote, you can put that in the comment section as well. But other than that, if you got this far, I really appreciate you watching all of the video. If you could give it a thumbs up, that would really help me out as well. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. But other than that, thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye.